I think a kid should never have a phone unless they can pay for it.
You're listening to Inside Young Minds, the podcast exploring the thoughts, fears, and hopes of today's youth. Let's dive in. You post a picture you really like, and then you can't stop checking. Every minute, every second, every hour, you're checking. 1 hour goes by, you're still checking. You refresh and refresh and refresh again. No, and slowly your mood starts to depend on how many likes, how many comments you have. Does that sound familiar? If that sounds familiar, well, we're here to talk about it. So let's get into it. We know that social media is where we connect with our family and friends. And this is where we meet new people as well. But the truth is, this is where anxiety, comparison, and self-doubt also lives. So, what can we do about this? So let's see what we can do about it. Now, welcome back to Inside Young Mind, a podcast where we explore the thoughts, fears, and hopes of today's youth. Today, we're talking about social media anxieties, how it controls us so much, what we can do to take control back. And today, I'm with one of the very good people I know. His name is Joseph, and I'm going to let him introduce himself. Can you tell the audience your name, what you do, and...
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you for being here.
As you heard, my name is Joseph, and I'm a CNA. But let's do this.
All right. I guess you heard it. Now, we know that social media is very addictive by design. This is designed to be very addictive, regardless of whether you know this or not. Every like, every comment gives your brain a little dopamine hit. The same good feeling that you get when you're eating your favorite food or you're listening to your favorite music. Now, but the more this continues is when the harmless scrolling becomes very addictive, and it turns into self-doubt. Now, and the more this continues is when you realize you need it more to feel okay. So, with my guest today, we're going to get into this topic and talk about this. So, Joseph,
Yes.
the first question I have for you is, how often do you use social media? Also, like, at what age did you start using social media?
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
To be honest, I use social media a lot sometimes.
Yeah.
But I will start from the beginning. In order for me to find out that I was addicted to social media, was back in 2019. That's when I found out that I was addicted to social media. Like every time, every minute, I was checking my phone.
Right.
Then I was like, what can I do so that I can reduce on social media? So I come up with a plan. I was like, let me try this and see what gonna work. If it's gonna work, if it's not, then I can try something else.
Yeah.
So I gave myself a break. I said, okay, let me do this for a week and see what's gonna happen. So I went with 1 week without social media. I deleted, the only social media I have is Facebook. I deleted it from my phone. I wasn't checking any other person's Facebook or anything for a week. After a week, I'm like, let me see if I can do it for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I end up doing it for 4 years.
4 years?
Yes. So I went off social media from 2019. I came back to 2024.
Wow, that's impressive.
So, but social media, it's good and it's bad.
Yeah.
But for the whole 4 years, I didn't know what was happening.
Right.
I didn't know every time I'll be with my friends, like, oh, this and this happened, this and this. I have no idea. So every time something happens, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Then I was like, okay, let me go back to social media. Then I can control how much I put in and how much I take out. Because the more you put in, the more you get addicted to it.
Right.
So right now, I can say, okay, I can be on my phone for 1 hour or for this period of time. Then I know what time to put my phone down. I know what time to, when I can do it.
Yeah.
So, but that one took me time to do it, to get used to it. Because
Right.
at first, I didn't know that I can survive. I didn't know I can survive a day without a phone. I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, that's actually impressive, staying off social media for 4 good years. That's a very long time. Well, for me, growing up, I grew up without a phone, obviously. And I didn't really get to use a phone, like really use a phone and get introduced to social media until I was like 16, about to turn maybe 17.
Yes.
And for me, I didn't realize I was getting addicted to social media until a bit later, right? Because I used to use it to play like games and all that.
Yeah.
And back when I used to use Facebook, Facebook now I consider it to be for older people because I don't use it much. But the one that's most addictive at the moment is Instagram.
Yes.
And the crazy thing is, a lot of 10-year-olds, maybe even 8-year-olds, have phones
Yes.
that they're using on social media. They have Instagram accounts.
Mm-hmm.
And parents have made it normal to also give their children phones. And for that, children who are very young are using social media as well, which I don't think is a good effect on these kids. But anyways, going from that, let me ask you, when did you decide, like, okay, let me just ask this. When you got addicted to social media,
Yes.
obviously, if you do post, if you don't post, this is not going to apply to you. But has there been a time where you like posted a picture on social media and then you deleted it because it wasn't getting like enough likes?
No and yes. So for me, what happened was like I posted a picture. I think it was we came from a wedding. It was me, my sister, and my brother-in-law,
Yeah.
and other friends. So the more comment I get,
Yeah.
the more I was trying to check another pictures. I'm like, why is this? I'm like, this one looks good. Why is no more comment? Why is this and this?
Yeah.
So every time I would check, oh, if someone put like a comment, I would go and reply. So then I'm spending more time over there.
Yeah.
If someone says something bad, then I feel like I need to respond to that. Then it brings that attention, this and this. But right now, I don't post anything. Like if you go like on my social media, the last post I posted was like 1 or 2 years ago.
Wow. Well, yeah. The bad thing about this Instagram addiction thing
Yes.
is that now people kind of live for the likes, comments, and the engagement that they get with people, to a point where someone is going to post, right?
Yeah.
And let's say after 24 hours, or people don't wait that long, but after 24 hours, if they have like only 20 likes, they start to flip out, Like, I have thousands and thousands of followers. Why is no one liking my post? Why are they not commenting? Do I not look good enough? And this is where the doubts come from, where people start to ask themselves, maybe, am I good enough? And they start to say, maybe I'm just not good enough. And now we start to abide to, what Instagram algorithm is trying to do, because what you see and what you engage in on social media, especially Facebook and Instagram do this a lot. They will see what you like the most, and then they'll bring it to your feed, to your For You page, right? And once they bring it there, now it keeps you there. You're constantly scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. And then when you keep scrolling, this is when time goes away from you. You spend like 2-3 hours scrolling when you could have been using that time to do something useful, you know. And most people nowadays will get upset, get anxious because they don't have enough likes. And some people will even go as far as posting, and then if it doesn't have a lot of likes, they delete it, right? Because they're not getting the attention that they thought they were gonna get when they posted, you know. So
For me, what I think is like people are looking for validation.
yes,
It's so if someone is looking for validation, that means they're not getting it from somewhere.
right,
So if you know why you are worth it, you won't go looking for someone for someone else.
yeah,
If you know your value, you won't wait for someone else to tell you your value. So the problem comes when so people know like having intimate relationship with the family, there's no discussion, there's no family time, then they try to look for that validation on social media.
right,
So now imagine someone whom you don't know, you never met, but you need them to verify that you are beautiful, you are handsome, they don't know you.
yeah,
But if you get that from your family, there's no need for you to go and find it somewhere. So I think in order for us to avoid validation from social media, we need to find validation in our family, in our friends,
and
so that we don't look for it from somewhere where it doesn't exist.
And that's what I was saying. Like when this happens, your brain gets a little hit of dopamine,
Yes.
and then it makes you feel good. And at the time where you're not receiving this validation, you feel that you have to keep chasing in order to feel
Yes.
to have that dopamine again, and then feel good about yourself again. Because you get a like because your mind has been set to it. You get a like and then you feel good about it. But then 5 seconds later, because there's no another like,
Yes.
you start to ask, why isn't anybody else liking my post now? You know. So I think it all depends on. Because also I've realized that online. When we're online,
Yes.
we're very communicative with people we don't know. But when it comes to like facial interaction, like in person,
Yes.
a lot of people don't know how to do it because they're used to social media, you know? And then you meet people and then the time when you're supposed to have a conversation with them, you don't even know what to say.
It's because like people lack that like social interaction with people.
Yeah.
Because they do interaction on social media. Like imagine, haven't you had like your friends? You call them, hey, where are you? They tell you that, hey, I'm 5 minutes away, but they're like 30 minutes away.
They're sleeping.
But in person, they can't do that.
Right.
They can't lie to your face.
Yeah.
But during social media, it's easier to do what? To lie about. So there's I was reading one book called Media on the Brain.
Yeah.
So the author, he interviewed Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple. Then he asked him like, "You are the founder of Apple. Does your kids use iPad and other stuff?" Do you know the response? He said no. There's no that he said his kids, they have never used an iPad, and he's the founder of what? Imagine. Okay, let me give you an example. Imagine, for example, your parent or your family, they have like so they have a company which manufacture like, let's say like soda or something, and you tell someone that your kids have never tasted soda. So why other people are giving their kids soda? Yeah, you who manufactured the soda, you can't give it to your kids. It's because you know it's not good for your kids.
Yeah.
So if the founder, the one who manufactured the Apple, and their kids, they don't use this phone, they don't use this iPad, why are our kids using them? It's because we are not informed the danger of that.
Yeah.
So like, as you said, like for me when I was growing up, we didn't have this social media.
Yeah.
I think the first time I owned a phone, it was in 2010. That was the first time I owned a phone, my own phone. Late 2010. Then I think it was 2010 or 2012.
Yeah.
Then my friend helped me to open up a Facebook account, And where we used to live, you didn't have this luxury of internet and other stuff, so you had to put money in it so that you can go on what?
On Facebook.
On Facebook.
Yeah.
The other thing we used to do, we used to use Facebook Zero. So that's where you go and you don't pay money, but you can't see pictures, you can't see anything. You just see like someone who said hi, this and this. You can't see any pictures.
You can't even reply to them, can you?
You can't reply. You cannot reply. You just see the post only. So when you go to Facebook, that's when you can see pictures. That's when you can see. Even you can make a call, this and this, and that one will come like in the middle of night, like 3 a.m. or 12 a.m. So people used to stay up so that they can use that.
So they can be engaged on
social media. They can be engaged on social media. Even the people, as you said, whatever you watch, the algorithm, they keep sending it to you. Yeah. So now people were staying up to use Facebook because they couldn't afford it.
Well, the thing is, at least for you, you started, you had a phone in 2010. I tell you, in 2010, I was a bit younger, but I didn't know anything about social media, because the life we were living, it was a very social life, you know, I would say, because we used to play games.
Yes, play soccer. You used to know your neighbors.
All the kids would wake up, and then our parents would send us to like go get water, and we'll go in the morning and come back at night because we were playing sports. You know, we're enjoying ourselves. But now, if a kid is not like scrolling on Instagram, they're playing video games. And all that, and I think that has affected a lot of people. But another question I have for you, so what do you think, how do you think comparison shows up when you're online versus just online? How do you think comparison, like when you're on social media, right? Because this is where self-doubt is created. People see what other people posted, and then they start comparing themselves. How do you think?
So for me, I will say in two ways.
Yeah.
One way is that I will tell to people who are watching it, know that the person you're watching, that's not them in the real life. That's them on a camera.
Yeah.
Off camera, they're different people.
Right.
Because haven't you seen like the videos where people post like photos, but they edited them?
Yeah.
So if you see the original photo, they look really different.
Yeah.
So we need to stop comparing ourselves to the version of people are putting on social media for us to see.
Yeah.
Because those are the version they want us to see. It's not their real people. They're real people, but it's not their real version. So that's what they want to feed us. So let's not stop being like them. When I say them, I mean those pictures on the social media.
Influencers and everything.
Yeah. Because even though if you go like chat them person to person, some of them, they don't like how they are. They even don't like their body. That's why they're editing, they're doing this and this. Because I've seen we went to a wedding.
Yeah.
Then someone like, hey, can you take me a picture? I took a picture, like a normal picture. They were not happy with it. Like, oh, you didn't use this filter, you didn't use this filter, you didn't. So you find out people are not happy to look the way they look like.
Right.
They want to look a certain way, so they use filters, they use this. So those pictures you're seeing on social media, they use filters.
Yeah.
So stop comparing yourself to the filtered picture.
It's the online BBL.
So another way I would say is people who are posting these pictures on social media.
Yeah.
If you want to be influencer, if you want to influence somebody, be yourself. Stop editing those pictures. Stop editing this. Be yourself. Like, be happy the way you are.
Yeah.
Then people, when they look at you, then they can start being happy the way they are.
Right.
That's why we're having suicide. We're having people like anxiety, this and this, depression, because of what they're seeing on social media and they compare themselves to that person. And yet that person doesn't exist. So those are the two ways I can answer. People as who are consuming that I don't know how to say that word. Who are consuming that, we need to know that they edited those few pictures.
Those pictures, yeah.
And those who are posting those pictures, they need to let people know, because if you are influencing, you need to influence in your real life.
Right.
For me, the videos I love is like the farmers. They like the farmer won't edit the way he planted the seed.
No.
The farmer won't edit the way he's harvesting the seeds.
No.
So those are the most video I love about, because they've never edited them in order to look at this and this.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, for me, what I've realized, because I've realized that all self-doubts from social media, most of it come from comparing oneself to another. And this is something I've done as well.
Yes.
Except for me, the comparison I do is that when I see something good, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, why do I not have this? The questions I start to ask myself is, what can I do to get to this, right?
That's better.
And the one thing I've realized is that most people, what they post is 5% of what the 5% good about their life, right? 95% of it is hidden because it's not good, right? So they want to show that little good version, right, of themselves rather than showing who they truly are, because although they're influencers, they know that they also will be judged, right? And one other thing I've realized that is that social media will create so much anxieties for you if you don't pay attention, because most people, like kids who are on social media at this young age, everything they see, they're going to believe it to be real.
Yeah.
And this is where high expectations come from. You look at someone online and you say, oh my gosh, they're so beautiful. And then you go in the mirror, look at yourself, and you're like, why am I not as beautiful as those people? But the one thing you have to realize is that those people who you're seeing online, most of them are just doing it for the check, right? And others are doing it for the validation of others, right? And so most people will do it because they want to be portrayed a certain way. Because most people who post on social media, when you meet them in real life, you're like, that's not the person I've been seeing online, right? And that's one thing that people need to pay attention to, because what you see on social media is not 100% real. No. It's not even 10% real, right? And like you said, the editing and everything, you want to look as good as you can on social media, because although you don't know those people you're showing yourself to, you want them to validate you. And when they comment on your post and be like, hey, you're so handsome, you look so beautiful, oh my gosh. And you start to, like I was saying, the dopamine hits, right? And then you start to feel good. And then tomorrow, because of the feeling you felt yesterday, you feel like you have to feel it again today. So you do even worse, because most people will even edit their bodies, right?
Yes.
So that when someone looks at them, they'll be like, wow, I wish I was like this person, right? And when you start to wish that you were like that person you're seeing online, that's when you know your time on social media should be limited, because you're falling into the trap of the algorithm, right? They're just sending you stuff so that they can confuse you, and then you can start feeling anxious about yourself, and your addiction can rise higher, and then your life in real life it gets kind of erased. It's deleted. You're all about social media, and when you meet other people, you can't interact with them, and everything. You see people who are rich online, they post Someone is posting in a mansion. Someone is posting in a Bugatti.
And they're
And they're
lento.
broke.
They're lento.
And then some others go as far as like teaching you how to make money when they don't have money.
So that's nothing I really don't like about social media.
Yeah.
Someone is broke, but they're teaching you how to manage money.
But
How would you teach someone to manage money if you don't have money?
the thing is, when you fall for it, you make them money. You understand?
Yeah.
So like, if I'm saying if you do this and this, you'll make money. But come into my course where you can see all the information and this, and you're paying $200. Mind you, there's at least another 50 people who are paying that $200. I'm living good, based on you paying me to come learn something I have no idea about. You know, and most of these people who are selling courses,
Yes.
I believe that there's some who sell courses for real,
Yes.
because they know what they're doing. But I also know that most people out there are just doing it
For the
so that
money.
they can be able to scam other people into making more money.
For me,
So-
what I believe is like, so if you want people to succeed, if you know something really better to improve someone's life,
Yeah.
why do you ask them for money? And you're teaching them how to manage money, yet you're telling them to spend money.
Yeah.
How is make sense? You can't teach someone
Yeah.
how to manage money and tell them to spend money. If you want them to teach them how to save, like I've seen like some video like on YouTube telling you like, if you want to manage money, do this, do the budget, know how much you are how
much
much
is
income is
coming in,
coming in,
yeah.
and how much is
Going out.
going out.
Yeah.
Then minimize through that. Then you are not paying them.
No.
So why you need to pay someone to teach you how to manage money? If there's, because another thing I've seen is like, we are addicted to social media, but we don't use it in
For
the
the
right
good.
way, for
Yeah.
the good reason.
Yeah.
You find like someone is like you say, is asking money to get to teach you how to manage money. Yet if you go on YouTube, you can find someone teaching you how to manage your money for free.
Yeah, but like,
Then you get addicted to someone who is asking us for money.
yeah.
We don't listen to someone who is telling us for free. So another thing I've seen is like, as parents, they need to be like to interact with their kids. I know their generation and this generation is totally different, but they need to control that media. Because imagine, I've seen like this in multiple houses. You go visit somebody and the kids are fighting about for your phone. You as a visitor, you don't know what to do, because kids are fighting. They want to use your phone, they want to go on social media, they want to download the games, they want to do this and this, and you as a visitor, you don't know what to do. So I think parents, they need to teach their kids when they're young.
Yeah.
Have you seen like, you go to this restaurant, people are eating, but their kids are on what?
On their
iPad,
tablets.
they're on tablets, on this and that. So parents need to control that. When they control it when they're young, when they mature, when they get older, their social media usage will be lower than the way they can use it when they started when they're young. So I think we need to start from the roots, going upwards. I know it's different. It's a different generation, but we need to find a way where both of them can exist in order for our society to grow better, to be acknowledged, in order to even get like social skills. Like when we were growing up, we knew everybody. It was easier to make friends. You go in a park right now with a lot of people you don't know, you would be even scared to say hi. But back then, you go and you're like, hey, let's go and play football. Oh, let's go and play this and this. Let's play this game. You don't know them. Then you bond.
Yeah.
But because of social media right now, there's no bonding. Everyone is attached to their phone. Everyone is attached to their iPad. So they're not going out. They don't know their neighbors. So I think it needs to start at a younger age. Then as they grow, they're going to realize the importance of staying away from social media.
Yeah. Well, yeah, thank you for your insight. I hope for the audience who are listening, I hope they can learn something from this. Another question
Yes.
that I have for you: you did mention that you've taken a break from
Yes.
social media for as long as 4 years.
Yes.
Which, in my view, it's very impressive. Maybe it's because you're not of this generation, maybe. but but so, how did that feel?
It felt good.
Yeah.
Because before that, I was going to bed like 2 in the morning, and I have to wake up at 5 to go to work. So right now, I can go to bed. Right now, I can go to bed like anytime I want. I know, like, I need to be in bed by 9. I can do it with no hesitation. But before, I will watch a video. There comes another one. There comes another. Now to go to see the watch, it's already 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
It's already 2 in the morning, and I had to wake up to go to work. So I think we need to find like what works for you. It won't work for everybody.
Yeah.
It may be like, okay, let me take a break like for at least 2 hours a day. Let me do this a day. Then as you grow, as time goes, you will find that it's helping you. Then you're gonna increase like, I stop using social media for 2 hours. Tomorrow let me try 3 hours. Let me try 4 hours. As time goes by, then you're gonna realize even your brain, you're having good sleeps, you're having good time. Then it depends on every person.
Yeah, well, for me, I have social media did stress me to a point where I did have to take a break.
Yes.
Like you said, I also used to scroll so much on social media, and sometimes I would scroll up to until, like you said, around 2 a.m. I'm on the phone. Well, I'm not aware that it's 2 a.m. until I check.
Yeah.
You're not looking in the phone and you don't even realize what time it is when the time is literally over there.
It's because you're not paying attention to the time. You're paying attention to the video.
Yeah, but yeah, for me, what happened is actually it was like about 2 years ago. It's not long. It's not long ago that I decided to take a break from social media, and I was off social media for like 6 months.
Yes.
Now, considering this generation, that's a long time. Okay, off social media, that's a long time.
Yes, that's.
And what happened is that how I started was I said, I'm going to delete it.
Yes.
I'm going to deactivate my account, right? And see if I can stay off social media for like 3 months.
Yeah.
Right. And when I did that, I realized I became more productive. Right.
Yeah.
Without being on social media, I had time. I even had free time. I was sitting and I'm like, bro, where have I been putting all my time? You know, I'm like, without being on social media, now I'm able to like accomplish and finish so many other things, right? And when you stay off social media, when you decide to say, hey, I'm getting off social media for this amount of time, you start to learn that you become more productive, you become more happy, you have time to do more things, engage with family and friends.
Yes.
You know, you become a happier version of yourself. Because for me, I believe that social media takes so much from people. It takes a lot from people. It's just that people don't realize it until it's a bit too late.
When you're on social media, you become lonely.
Yeah.
Because it's you and the phone. But when you get off, then you find a way in order to entertain yourself.
Yeah.
That's engaging with friends, calling people, hey, how have you been? This and this. But when you're on social media, you even forget that you have friends. You even forget you have family because all the time you are scrolling on social media.
Yeah, but you know, right now I'm back on social media. I've been back on social media for a while, but the one thing I've tried to do,
yes,
I've limited my phone to like an hour of social media.
Mm-hmm.
Once an hour hits, if I've been on social media for an hour, my phone shuts off. It completes, annihilates Instagram, right? And from that moment, I can't use it. Now, sometimes I have, you know, I get like the sensations and the feels to go and change it back to normal so that I can scroll as long as I want. And then I have to remind myself that, yes, maybe this is what I want to do, but I have to remember the whole reason why I don't. As I was saying, for me, I have learned to, like, limit the time I'm on social media.
Yes.
So that I don't end up scrolling on social media mindlessly. But anyways, another question that I have for you is, do you think that social media anxiety is worse for the younger generation just because they grow up with it from day one? Because kids grow up with phones and everything, and by the time they're 5 years old, they know how to use social media. They're on Instagram, they're everywhere. Do you think that the social media anxiety is worse for them?
It is. It is. Because I know, even if you do research, you do other stuff, you find that social media is really bad.
Yeah.
Because, so I was reading one book about addiction.
Yeah.
They said anything you think you can't live without, that's addiction.
Yeah.
Then they said social media, the silent killer.
Yeah.
So it's a drug that kills you without you knowing. So, and the thing is, like, have you seen, like, when you're looking into your phone,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter what time it is. After that, you won't feel asleep. Even though you put your phone down,
Yeah.
you will not feel asleep.
Unless if the phone drops out of your hands, obviously, because you're too tired and
Yes.
drained, and then
So
you
that
fall.
means your brain has went in overdraft.
Yeah.
Imagine to the time where your brain is like shut off
Yeah.
completely. Like, imagine shut off because you didn't choose to drop the phone.
Yeah.
Your brain shut off because it was exhausted. So I have even the kids right now. You find like 3-year-old, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
They are spending on the phone more hours than they spend with their parent, with their family.
Well, so the kids part, I think it's the parents' fault. I'm sorry to say this, but there is no way, and no way should a 2-year-old, a 3-year-old have a phone. 4-year-old having a tablet that they're watching these cartoons and everything. Now, I know that some of it is their childhood. That's how their childhood is. But parents need to be able to control the time their kids spend on their devices. If you ask me, they shouldn't have devices at all, right? But parents have gotten their kids used to it. A kid who's like a year old, even a few months old, will cry and for their parents to shut them up, they give them an advice. They give them like a phone, they give them a tablet, and then the kid is quiet because now they're watching cartoons, A, B, C, Z, and everything.
It's because their parents do the same thing.
Yeah.
I've seen like videos where the parent on their device when the kids are different. Because if the kid is crying and the phone is the one who shuts them off, what do you think the parent is? What do you think the parent is doing? Doing the same thing on social media. So then he doesn't have the time to, okay, how long has my kid on the phone?
Yeah.
And another thing, I've seen this, and so one parent was saying that, so they gave the kid an iPad, but they put parent control for limited time. But the kid, they know phones, they know everything, so he put screen recording. So he knew the password. So when the parent put the password in, he already recorded it. Then he took the password off. Then they were like, why was he on the iPad for that long? Parent code didn't go in. When they went to check, he already put the password, overridden. So parents need to be aware when it says no phone, no phone. For me, I think, in my own opinion, I don't have kids, I'm sorry. I think a kid should never have a phone unless they can pay for it.
Yeah.
If it's for like, okay, I need to know how my kid is doing this and this, get them a flip phone. Then he can call, he can text. Then because social media is not really good for them.
Yeah, give your
If
kids
it's not
flip
good
phones.
for adult,
Yeah.
who can control it?
Yeah.
Imagine for kids. That's where self-awareness is not there, because imagine a kid of 12-year-old, 15-year-old, they are being told that they are not worthy, they are not beautiful, they are not this and this,
Right.
validation. That's where comes anxiety, self-harm, because they don't like who they are.
Yeah, and you hear them saying, even if their parents tell them you're beautiful, they're never gonna believe
No,
it.
they don't.
You're telling me I'm beautiful, but thousands of other people are telling me I'm not.
Yes.
You're one voice against 1,000 voices, so your voice doesn't even matter anymore. Because so it's true that a lot of kids who are on social media,
Yes.
they have learned also to look for that validation. You know, they'll be right there and then be looking for people to tell them that they're beautiful, comment like their pictures and everything. You know, to a point where it's gotten worse because some become depressed because of this. Now I know African parents don't believe in depression. And
know.
that's a problem because depression is real. Depression is 100% real. And it can be prevented if parents can engage more with their kids, be able to talk to their kids, have an intimate relationship with your family.
The problem they don't believe in it. It's how they were raised.
Yeah.
Man up.
Yeah.
A kid cries like man up, be a man, this and this. So they grow on that.
Yeah.
So if you say I have anxiety, I have this, and they don't know what you're talking about. Like, hey, do this, do this, do this. So now, for me, what I think is like parent and kids, they need to sit down, discuss. I'm like, hey, this is not going well. This is not. Then they have to have like common ground, because the age they grow in and the age they're raising their kids in, it's totally different. It's different century. So they have to come together, find what every parent can find what works for them. Because I know of some parents, like they give their kids like a phone when they're like 15, 16, and the kids, they were fine with it. But because they grow up on that at the age of 15, 16, when they got a phone, they didn't care. They were good with it. They were happy. Even when they're young, they were not even like, they didn't even mind that they didn't have a phone.
Yeah.
Because everything they needed, every validation they needed, they were getting from their parent.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what you tell them, like right now they're 16, 17, it doesn't matter what you tell them, because they already know who they are, they know what they're worth it.
Yeah.
So
And
I think parents need to start from a young age training their kids. As they get older, then they can.
yeah, and that's why the social anxiety,
Yes.
social media anxieties are hit so much harder for the new generation.
Yes.
Because a little bit older people like us, like for me, I don't care if someone online tells me I'm not beautiful, because I know who I am. But younger people, they're going to listen to that because they don't know much about themselves yet, and all they know is social media. But one question for you though.
Yes.
So let's say that someone who's listening, you know, and they know they're always scrolling and it's draining them. Like, what is one top tip or advice you would give them that can help them, you know?
The first thing is find a hobby.
Yeah.
Find a hobby.
Not a husband, a hobby.
A hobby, not a husband. Find like something to do.
Yeah.
Guys, don't get me wrong. I didn't mean a husband, a hobby. It's like activity to do.
Yeah, find a hobby.
It may be hiking.
Yeah.
It may be walking. It may be jogging. It may be something. But find a hobby away from social media.
Yeah.
The more you do it, the more you're gonna find out you are using social media less. Because and another thing, you have to be committed. If you, for example, say I'm going to hike or I'm going jogging for an hour or for 30 minutes, if it's every day, do it. Because when you are jogging or hiking, you won't be looking on your phone.
No.
You'll be paying attention to the environment.
Unless if
You'll
you're on
be
a trip
paying
and you find
attention
yourself.
to what you're doing.
Yeah.
So find a hobby. When you find a hobby, then as time goes, you're gonna find yourself, even without you knowing that you have obtained from social media.
Yeah, for me, the one advice I'm going to give people is that be disciplined enough.
Yes.
Find a way to discipline yourself enough to stay away from social media. I'm not saying quit social media completely. No, no. Challenge yourself to use it less and less time. If you use it for 5 hours, try 2 hours until you're able to turn it down to all the way to 30 minutes or even 5 minutes a day. I don't think that's possible unless if you're super busy. But be disciplined enough. If you say, I'm going to try and stay away from social media for this amount of time,
Yes.
be disciplined and committed enough to actually stay away for that amount of time. So that's my advice for anyone listening. But we're coming to an end. But the one question I have for you, if you were to like redesign social media,
Yes.
right? What is one thing you would change?
There's a lot of things I would change.
Yeah.
Because like there's a lot of things happening on social media. Like have you there's like a lot of account which I even know verified, you don't know who they are. There are those one which comment hateful comments, this and this. So the social media need to do something about it. That's one thing. Another thing is like people need to be who they are. They need to be real. Because what they are feeding our kids, what they are feeding our family, it's not good. So one thing another thing is like social media, they need, because everyone lies. Because you like if you go on like setting up, they'll tell you when you're 15 or 16 older. You can lie.
Of course you can lie.
You can lie that you are 15 or you are 18 when you are 5.
Yeah.
So social media need to do something about it.
Do you think
They need to find a way. And another thing they need to do, like if you report something, they need to follow up on that.
Yeah.
Because there's like videos, like content which you find online, like for the kids, like these are not made for the kids. These are not made for the kids. So
Yeah.
I think social media need to step up and they are making money. So we don't expect them to change this and this because they're making money from that.
Yeah.
So I think the biggest responsibility need to go again back to the parent.
Yeah.
But because the social media, they are getting money for it, and our kids, our society is the one suffering. So in order to avoid that, so if we limit our kids on what they consume, even social media gonna change on what they feed them, because the more views they get, the more they feed you that. So if they don't get views on those ones, then they won't feed you that. So I think one thing I would change is like social media. If you like you're watching like or you're on social media more than 5 hours, they screenshot you can't access it again.
They restrict it.
They restrict you from that. That would be massive. I know there are people like it's their job to be on social media,
Yeah.
but not everyone is.
It's
their
not
job.
everyone.
It's
It's not everyone's job.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what would you say to someone who's listening right now, obviously, and they're thinking about taking a break from social media, right? But they're scared.
For me, one thing I would say like do it as a challenge.
Yeah.
In order for me to manage it, it was a challenge you don't want to lose. If you're doing a challenge you don't want to lose, it doesn't matter who you are challenging yourself. So you don't want to lose to that challenge. So do it as a challenge.
Yeah.
Maybe look like a friend. Your friend, like, hey, let's do this challenge.
Yeah.
Then when you do that challenge, you're gonna like, oh, I managed 1 day, I can do 2 days. I manage 2 days, I can do 3 days. If I can do it, you can do it.
Yeah.
There is no limit. You can do it. You just need to believe in yourself. That's it.
Yeah. Well, for me, that friend part, I think find a friend who wants to do the same thing.
Yes.
Then make it a challenge. Tell your friend you'd like to stay away from social media for a month. And if you're not able to, then you will give them $100. right?
Yeah.
Because I know you're not gonna want to lose that $100.
No.
So you're gonna be committed and you're gonna be disciplined to do it. But also, my challenge for anyone listening:
Yes.
try and stay away from social media, especially Instagram, for just 1 week, and then see how you feel. See what changes. If anything changes, if you feel better, then you know what to do next. You know, to challenge yourself to try and stay away from it more. But so we're finishing up, and the one thing I want to say is social media is not going anywhere.
No.
It's not going anywhere. If anything, it's going to add to more. It's not going anywhere, but our relationship with it can change.
Yes.
You know, that needs to change. So we can change that. And your worth, if you're listening, just know your worth is not measured by how many likes someone gives you. It's not measured by how many comments or how many views or how many followers you have on social media. It's measured by your worth that you give yourself. It's the belief you have in yourself that changes how you view yourself. Now, if you want to follow what other people are telling you on social media, strangers that you don't even know, be my guest. But just know it's not going to end well for you. So, the one thing I can tell you is maybe it's time to start following useless things and follow accounts and people who inspire you to be better instead of people who are posting things that are going to drain you mentally. You understand? So maybe it's time to stop checking your phone constantly first thing in the morning. Don't wake up and the first thing you check on is your Instagram post to see how many likes you have or if somebody new followed you. No. Put down your phone. The first thing you should do in the morning, wake up, pray. Right? That's the first thing you should do. Wake up and pray to your God, because we both know without him, you wouldn't wake up from that sleep.
No.
And so that should be the first thing you think of doing by the time you wake up, rather than going to check on social media. Now, I know this is something I used to do. I used to check on social media first thing in the morning. I'm guilty as charged. You understand? But I have come to realize that social media is not going anywhere. You know? So we need to learn to stay, or to control it rather than let it control us. Don't let social media determine your mood. No. If you do that, well, you're going to end up anxious. You're going to have so much anxieties. You're going to have so much self-doubt. And if we talk about social media, there's so much more we can talk about.
Yes.
But this is it for now. So for anyone listening, if this helped you and you feel like you got something valuable out of it, share it with a friend. Let them listen to this and see if they can challenge them. Remember, I give you a challenge at the end. Now, I want you to let your friend watch this and also challenge themselves to do the same. Now, you can also follow us on Instagram, social media, where we post clips behind the scenes and everything. It's going to be inside_young minds. That's where you can find us. And on YouTube, it's Inside Young Minds. Thank you for listening to us, and thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me, man.
Yeah, thank you very
It was
much.
pleasure.
Yeah, thank you, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you for watching or listening to Inside Young Minds. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to follow and share it with someone else who might need it. You can also find us on Instagram at inside_young minds for updates and behind the scenes. Now, there's new episodes every week, but until next time, take care of yourself and keep on growing.